Hi everybody, you're live with New Image College. Thanks for joining. Today we are working on Salon Business. But before we start, make sure you subscribe and hit the bell. Make sure you receive all of our notifications. And we are monitoring attendance a little closer now. So I know usually during question and answers, you guys ask questions, you have concerns, you type things in. That's great, but if you don't, I just want you to type in, I'm here. Just because when you type in a message, you automatically pop up and then it's easier for us to do attendance. So you'll get full attendance for the live. If you're not watching live and you're watching at a later date, just make sure you let me know or Anna know that you did watch the live and you did complete your card questions. So you do have questions that have been emailed to you at the end of every live, and you do have to answer them just so we know that you are paying attention and understanding the lessons as we go along, okay? So don't forget, you get attendance for the lives that you join, the Zooms, when you finish your questions, when you finish your assignments, when you finish your projects, when you hand in pictures, all of that counts for hours, okay? So make sure that you hand in everything that you complete. Awesome. Okay, so we're doing the Salon Business chapter, so you guys can read along with me. Most of us, or at least some of us, are going to want to open up our business at some point in the future. Some of us are going to have small businesses at home. Some of us are going to have salons where we manage 10 to 20 different people. So it's really important to understand how to run a salon, how to budget, how to create a business plan, business proposal, how to look for different properties and what to look for in terms of location, demographics, is there transportation nearby, is there parking nearby? All of those things are extremely important. So before you graduate with us, you will have completed a business plan project. So I'm going to go over that once we've finished the chapter. And the business plan project is mandatory. It is worth a lot of marks. So you guys need to start working on it. I'm sure maybe some of you have already started working on it. I'm not sure. But again, it's quite complex. If you guys have any questions about the outline, you have it in your folders. It's also at the end of your chapter, business chapter. We can talk about it during the Zoom tomorrow. Okay, so let's get started. So salon business. You have lots of different options as a business owner. You can have a full service salon. So a full service salon usually only hires one nail technician. You will automatically get all of the nail care clients, and it is convenient for the client to have their hair, skin, and nails done at the same salon. The downside is that you will not have other nail technicians to share ideas with. So usually with a full service salon, you've got hair going on, nails, spa, there's a waxing room, there's a lash extension room. It all happens under one roof. It's a really fast-paced environment. There's lots of different talented professions working under one roof. So normally in that situation, they will hire one nail technician. That one person will take nail clients 5 days a week, or maybe just on specific days. Maybe you'll share the waxing room with the esthetician. So maybe you'll do Mondays and Tuesdays nails, you'll be fully booked, and then the other technician will have the room for the rest of the days. So that is a good option. If you like to work independently and you don't need a manager, you don't need to learn off of other people, maybe not the best idea straight out of school, because it's nice to learn with other trade professionals. You learn a lot from on-job, and you learn a lot from other veterans in the nail tech industry. So depends on where you're at and what you're looking for. The other option is a nail-only salon. You can share ideas and experience in the industry with other professional nail technicians. You can increase your clientele when coworkers go on holidays or take leave sick. There's a lot of competition between different nail salons, so you have to continue your education and learn the latest techniques. So if you are a student, graduate, and you go right into working in a nail salon, you are going to see the reality of working in a fast-paced nail salon. having to work with other people in a team environment, dealing with unhappy customers and uncomfortable situations. So it is the best way to learn as a nail tech if you want to own your own business in the future. You need to see the reality of how a salon runs. And yeah, you have more opportunity to gain more clientele when your coworkers go on holiday or they take pregnancy leave or sick leave. You have that opportunity to take over the clientele. So in a nail-only salon, I would say you would probably be a lot busier than you would be in a full-service salon. Tanning salons. Tanning salons are a great opportunity to market to different clientele. So think about it, in a nail salon, you've got 30, 40, 50, sometimes 60 people coming through the door because a tan only lasts 10 to 20, maybe 25 minutes. So you have an opportunity to market to all of those clientele. And I do have actually lots of students in the past that have partnered up with a friend that owns a tanning salon, and tanning and nails kind of goes hand in hand. So that is a good option as well. The disadvantage is not being able to share ideas with other nail technicians. Then you have the salon or day spa. So this type of salon features relaxing services and a tranquil environment. Many spas will do a manicure, a pedicure in a bed or in a pedicure chair. So this is how I used to do pedicures and manicures. I'm an esthetician and I did nails as well. So when I did my nail services, it was always in like dimly lit rooms, soft music. Everyone went and had a eucalyptus steam before they put their Sensi sandals on and their waffle robes on. They sat in the lounge and had tea, and then I would pick them up and I would have this big comfortable bed that they would lay in, and they would have their mani-pedi done at the same time. It's really easy to do a mani-pedi at the same time in a bed. Or they would just have a pedicure or a manicure. And I would work quietly under dim light, let my client fall asleep, and I would just work away and do the nail service. So not your usual fast-paced nail salon, but if you like that really relaxing environment, then the day spa is great for you. So the client can have their facial, they can have their body scrub, they can have their massage, and they can have their nails in the same day, which is nice for a lot of clients to do. Consider the following before deciding what salon is right for you. Will the salon provide the pay for extra training on their skin and nail care lines? Will the salon pay for advertising, helping you build a clientele? Will you be considered an employee or will you work on contract? If you are an employee, how will the salon pay you? Will you receive a weekly salary or salary plus commission? Will you receive commissions on the retail you sell? Will the salon provide nail products or implements, or will you have to provide your own? Does the salon offer benefits, such as medical, dental, or paid sick days? Are there fixed or flexible working hours? What is the dress code? Does the salon close on statutory holidays? Normally salons don't close on stat holidays. Normally that's our busiest time. Spas and salons are usually always open on stat holidays. Everyone wants to come in and go to the salon during stat holiday because they're not working. So I find that those are kind of your moneymaker days. I always liked working on the weekend, and I always worked on stat holidays as a nail tech, as an esthetician doing nails, and I always made really good money doing it. Does the salon offer safe working conditions like a local exhaust system to the outside? How often do they change their charcoal filters in the desks if they don't have a local exhaust system? Are you allowed to wear a mask? Lots of people think that wearing a mask is rude to the client, but it's not. It's keeping you safe. So that should never be an issue. Are there MSDS sheets for all the chemicals used in the spa? So you can pull these MSDS sheets and see how you dispose of these chemicals, what you do in an emergency situation with these chemicals, how these chemicals can affect you topically and internally. And are the employees prepared for emergency situations? Are there telephone numbers for poison control, hospital, paramedics, fire, or police? Okay, so these are all very important things to consider when you're looking for a job. And there's different types of compensation. So there are many ways that a salon can compensate you. You can get paid an hourly wage. The salon pays you for the hours you work. You can get a salary where you get paid a set amount each pay period, regardless of how many hours are worked. If you're not working on clients in this situation, you're normally cleaning or organizing or doing inventory, restocking, doing laundry. Commission, the salon pays you a percentage of the profit your services generate for the salon. The percentage varies from salon to salon, ranging from 30 to 50%. Retail sales are usually 10 to 15%. So commission can be really lucrative. If you're getting paid 40 to 50% on each service, and then you're getting paid 10 to 15% in commission, say you're doing a $50 manicure, you're going to get $25 of that. And say you sell a $100 body cream, or say an $80 body cream, you're getting 10% on that. That's $8. So that's a huge increase in salary or in commission just from selling retail. So you want to make sure you sell retail with every single client. $25 an hour is a pretty decent commission on a basic manicure or pedicure. But if you can increase that by $6 or $5 or $10 per hour, I mean, you can make up to $35, $40 an hour. That's pretty lucrative, plus tips. So retailing, you really want to practice and perfect your retailing skills. And then you can make salary or hourly wage plus commission. So that's nice too. Usually in this scenario, if you don't get that many clients, you're going to get your base wage, so your base minimum. If you get more clients over and above, then you'll get your commission. So if you're busy, you make more. If you're not, you don't have to worry. You're still going to make the base minimum. Okay? Right now, every salon is different. Some salons only pay minimum wage, which I don't agree with. Some salons pay $16 to $18 an hour, which is great. I do actually agree with a lower base hourly rate, say $14 to $15, plus commission on every service you do. So every time you do a manicure, pedicure, acrylic set, gel set, you're making commission. So say you're making 5% or 10% on that $100. That's, say $10 extra. So potentially $25 an hour if your base wage is $15. So that's kind of actually how I worked when I think about it. When I was an esthetician, I had a base, I think it was just over minimum wage. Minimum wage back then, what was it? Oh my God, I think it was like $11.75 or was it $10.75? I don't know. Anyway, I was making, say, minimum wage, but I was making 10 to 15% commission on all my services. So I was minimum making $25 an hour on my worst day, plus tips. So I think that salary or hourly wage plus commission is your best ideal scenario. Your resume. A resume is a summary of your qualifications as well as your work and academic experience. Your resume makes an impression of who you are before you meet your potential employer. A resume consists of 5 main parts. Your personal information, so your contact information, name, address, phone number. Your objective, in a few sentences, explain your career goals. Your work experience, be sure to highlight the experience gained in previous jobs. Education, this should list your academic background starting at the graduation of high school. Always include any other certification or courses or day seminars that you've attended. And references. This should include 3 people that your potential employer can contact for a reference. I know traditionally speaking, they say that you shouldn't put your references on your resume. You should wait for them to call you before they request the references. I don't agree with that. When I give a resume to somebody, I expect that that is going to be impressive enough that they're going to hire me. I don't want to give them an extra step of having to call to get my references. I'm assuming they're going to call my references. So I put my references on my resume every time, and they call every time, and I normally get the job. Well, not lately because I've been here over 15 years, but you get what I'm trying to say. And your cover letter. Your cover letter is extremely important. Always include a cover letter when sending a resume to a potential employer. This letter tells why you want to work with that particular salon. Do your research. Find out what products they use. 282. What products they use. What their mission statement is. What their philosophy is. Where their location is. Is that convenient for you? The cover letter is basically an introduction for you to make a good impression on them. And you want to be personable with it. I believe in your values and goals. I believe in using vegan nail polish. I believe in using essential oils in my products, like your lavender body care series that you have. Make it personable. I love that you are 3 blocks away from my house. It makes it really easy for me to get to work. I have a small child, so this is my perfect scenario. They like to know that it's going to be convenient for you because that is going to ensure that you're going to be a good employee. And ask them what they expect. What do you expect in an employee? What are you looking for? Always make sure you ask them questions too. Then they're going to always ask you, do you have any questions for me? Always make sure you have at least 2 to 3 questions. Where to go for help. Trade magazines have helpful articles and resources for nail technicians who want to stay current in the industry. Professional organizations such as Beauty Council. If you haven't already, go on to beautycouncil.ca and look at the governing body, the association that takes care of nail techs, estheticians, hairdressers. Take a look at the industry that does nail art competitions and nail competitions worldwide and find out how they can support you. Again, beautycouncil.ca. And this is where you would take your exam at the end of your studies. If you want to take your, I don't want to say government exam because it's not government regulated anymore, but if you want to take your certification that will eventually get you your license, then you go through beautycouncil.ca. Product distributors and their sales consultants can help you. Obviously the internet and obviously YouTube. We watch nail videos all day. I know we do. And it's great. We've got lots of mentors and we have lots of information out there at our fingertips. So when you're starting out a new career, take advantage of all of these resources. Client consultation. Reactions and sensitivities to cosmetics will happen. It is important to take a cautious approach considering that clients may not fully disclose information or they may suddenly develop an allergic reaction to a product during a service. To ensure the safety of your client and to protect yourself and your employer from liability issues, consider the following. Always complete client history, noting any contraindications, allergies, or sensitivities. So a lot of salons don't require their clients to fill out a client consultation form. Now I know most of you have been working in the NIC spa and you've been working with clients and you know how important it is to have that client consultation form filled out with their general information, their health history. Sometimes we have to cancel their appointment. We need to call them. So we don't want their home phone number, we want their cell phone number. Things like that. And yeah, for liability reasons. We don't want them coming back to us and saying that we gave them a fungal infection when they got that infection from Sally's salon down the street. We need to protect ourselves. So for you as a business owner, that's something to think about, right? When in doubt, always administer a patch test before completing the service. If you know your client has contact dermatitis or is prone to getting allergic, always have the client sign a consent form explaining the procedures, benefits, and side effects that could occur. Should a problem arise, inform your supervisor immediately and document the incident. So if you are working for somebody and there is an incident, you cut a client, or you notice something weird on the client, or there's weird blood blisters on the heel and it wasn't from you, but something happened and you were involved and the client really wasn't aware, always make sure you get somebody else, preferably a manager, fill out an incident report, 2 people, 1 witness, and keep that in their client consultation form. And that honestly comes in handy a lot. Success. Your employers will make a constant effort to measure your success and help you set goals for yourself. Expect them to look critically at the performance of the salon and their employees on a regular basis. Knowledge is a powerful tool designed to improve your performance and enhance your profitability. Understand your strengths and weaknesses. Readily accept constructive criticism, demonstrating that you are willing to grow and learn, knowing that your employer only wants the best for you and the spa and salon. So starting your own business. If you are focused, disciplined, and driven to achieve your goals, this may be an option for you. To be successful, you will need to put in many long hours of careful planning and preparation. You will need to become familiar with a number of basic principles, such as accounting, finance, business and law, tax, insurance, sales, and employee and customer relations. You'll need to be prepared to problem solve on a daily basis. Keep track of daily, weekly, and monthly records pertaining to your business is invaluable in terms of understanding how well your business is doing. Accurate records will help you determine profit and loss. Maintaining proper business records is also necessary for meeting the requirements of local and federal laws regarding taxes and employees. In general, council checks, payroll, and monthly and yearly records are held for at least 7 years. Booth rental. Booth rental is a good way to gain the experience of operating a spa or salon. In a booth rental arrangement, the esthetician is required to pay the owner a set rental fee, as well as conducting all necessary business functions such as managing your own clientele, supplies, scheduling appointments, purchasing products, and maintaining inventory. So basically you can rent a space out of a hair salon, say. So if a hair salon, this fast-paced, busy hair salon, has a little room in the back, or even like a little corner in the back, you can rent that space. Some establishments will only want a commission on what you make, what your profit is. Some will actually charge you a monthly rent. It just depends. If you have any sick days, though, there's really nobody to take over your clients. So you have to be in charge and efficient, and you don't really have the support that you need if you're working with other people. The right location can have a significant impact on your success. The 2 most important factors are visibility and accessibility. Having your business around other thriving businesses offers clientele the added convenience of a one-stop shop. For those with limited time, this is perfect. Remote areas require a good deal of advertising to attract business. This can be costly for the new business owner. One of the most crucial elements in attracting business is parking. Safety and convenience are very important marketing features when trying to attract business. And people always want to be able to park. Not everyone takes public transit. A lot of people drive. So if they have to drive somewhere for a service and pay for parking, that's a bit inconvenient. If you can offer them free parking or free parking for customers, they're going to be more inclined to come to you. Competition. The skincare and spa industry has grown tremendously in recent years, creating a far more competitive market than existed ever a decade ago. Do not become intimidated from other salons and spas in surrounding areas. See it as a positive way to make yourself better, like friendly competition. Research those other spas. Look at how they do their service menu. Look at what their prices are. Look at what products, product lines they use. And try to make yourself better. Try to make yourself different and more competitive. Business plan. Learning to think in terms of cost, revenues, and profits can help you gain a more global perspective of business functions as you develop your plan. Expenses related to operating your salon can be broken down into fixed, variable costs. So you need to know that fixed costs are those costs that are constant. For example, rent and loan payments. Variable costs refer to expenses that can fluctuate: utilities, supplies, advertising. Revenue is the income generated from selling services and products, so that's the money, all the money coming in. And profit is the amount of money available after all the expenses have been deducted. As you plan your spa, the following checklist may be helpful. So does the layout provide maximum efficiency and a safe and comfortable environment? Does the style of my salon evoke a professional atmosphere? Is the color scheme inviting to women and men, or all spectrums of people? Is there enough space to allow for the furniture and equipment that you've bought to fit properly? Do you have proper rooms and enough space for product supply and staff members? Is the plumbing sufficient? Is the lighting adequate? Is there air conditioning, heating, local exhaust systems, ventilation? Are the restrooms clean and spacious and accessible? All these things you have to keep in the back of your mind when you're thinking about your business plan. Insurance is another concern for business owners. You will need to guard your business against such unforeseen events like malpractice, liability, disability, burglary, theft, fire. Those working in the skincare industry should always be familiar with OSHA guidelines, particularly as they apply to the correct procedures for handling blood-borne materials, instruments, and equipment. Ownership options. Under individual ownership or sole proprietorship, the proprietor acts as a sole owner and manager. If you are an independent, self-motivated individual who likes to be in charge and does not mind assuming all the duties and obligations, this may be ideal for you. In a partnership, 2 or more people share ownership. Although this does not necessarily mean an equal arrangement, there are several benefits to partnership, including a greater pool of skills that you can draw on, sharing responsibilities and making decisions. So normally in a partnership, you want a partner that has different skills than you do. You don't want to go into business with somebody that is exactly like you, you're best buddies, you're both creative, and you both love doing nails. No, that's a recipe for disaster. If you want to go into business with somebody, you want them to have the exact opposite skill set as you. So if you're the creative one, or if you're the one that is great at accounting and numbers, and you can create different marketing ads and all of that, then you want somebody to be your upfront man, someone dealing with the customers, someone on the floor, someone figuring out what retail you want, making sure that when the clients walk in, everything is aesthetically pleasing. So when you do go into business with somebody, keep that in mind. You want them to have opposite skills. You want to be masters at your own skill as business partners. Many salons are now corporately owned. In a corporation, 3 or more people known as stockholders share ownership. Corporations are managed by a board of directors who determine policies and make decisions. Stockholders are protected against losses to the extent that they cannot lose more than their original investment. Buying an existing salon or spa gives you the opportunity to begin working right away and not having to worry about furnishings or fixtures. This is actually a really great way to start a business. If someone's going out of business, it's because they can't afford it, they don't have enough money, they can't sustain the clientele and the needs of the clientele. So they need to sell, and they need to sell everything in the business. The nail desks, the nail drills, all the acrylic powder, the gel, the lights, everything. So this is a really easy way to kind of like take everything for a really good price and start business right away. You just want to make sure that you research warranties with old equipment and product. Consider the following when negotiating. It's best to have a formal and legal agreement that dictates the terms of your purchase and sale, noting any specific arrangements in detail. Obviously, you're always going to have a lawyer that looks over all of this paperwork before you sign anything. The seller should provide the buyer with a complete and signed statement of inventory, including all products, equipment, and furnishings. Obviously, the buyer is entitled to information that clearly establishes the identity of the owner and how to contact the owner. The seller should provide the buyer with complete disclosure of all information, records, files, the clientele, all the names of the clientele. All of that should be staying with you. Many businesses rent or lease space in buildings owned by others. When renting or leasing space, be prepared to negotiate the terms of your agreement with your landlord. So daily, weekly, and monthly records. A review of your daily sales allows you to determine the number of products and services sold at your salon each day and the amount of income generated from these products and services. Also noting expenses that have been paid out, not forgetting to document any miscellaneous or cash expenses for tax reporting purposes. Understanding the type and amount of services being performed in your salon can also serve as a check and balance system for utilizing product and staff more effectively, controlling expenses, and eliminating waste. So you have to make sure as a business owner you are documenting everything. Everything is accounted for. Your inventory, you have to have strict inventory. Through purchase records, so you need to know what is being sold, how much is being sold weekly, monthly, how often do I have to restock that inventory weekly, monthly. You never want to be without stock or you lose out on sales. Inventory can be broken down into two categories: consumption supplies and retail supplies. So consumption supplies refers to those items that are used to conduct business operations, so all the supplies your staff need to perform services. And then you've got your supplies that are available for your clients to purchase. Service records. Maintaining accurate business records serves several business objectives, including customer service and performance analysis. Building relationships is an important factor in the service industry. So always remember the client's name, always remember the client's phone number, the service performed, the technician that performed the service, and the date. Very important. The smallest details make a huge difference in how the client perceives your efforts. The more detail, the more care, the more information you extract from that client, the better they feel and the more confident they feel with your professionalism. So how to start up your own business. This is an in-class business research project. So this is an at-home research project for you. You have all the criteria of what you need to do to create this business plan. So it has to be essay style. It has to be in a very professional business plan format. You can research it online. There's lots of different formats you could follow. You need to choose a location, and you need to state its strengths and weaknesses. You need to choose a name for your spa. You need to choose product lines and why you chose those product lines. You need to make yourself a budget plan. So realistically, if you were going to open your own spa, what would your budget be? Is it going to be a little one-room spa downtown? Is it going to be a 5-room spa in Maple Ridge? Honestly, think about what you want to do. You always need to have a 5-year plan, a 10-year plan. Think about something, plan something, and plant. Plant the seeds. When you plant the seeds, they'll grow. So this is a really good project for everyone to do because it's going to make you think seriously about what you can do in the future. Create your staff application. What kind of staff do you want? What kind of questions are you going to ask them? Create a service menu. What are your services you're going to offer? What are the prices? You actually have to create your own brochure. And present it in a booklet, business plan format. Obviously, you can email it. That's fine. Just make sure you have a title page. You let us know where you got lots of your information. Now, for location, if you want to open your spa in Italy or in Japan or in Australia, that's totally fine, but I still want you to find a real location. So I still want you to look in different magazines or newspapers, and I want you to find a real space that has real square footage and has a real lease price, okay? Okay, that's it for that chapter. So you guys just need to focus on finishing your questions. You need to seriously start focusing on your business plan project. If you have more questions about it, we can talk about it more in depth over Zoom tomorrow. But I'm going to open it up now for question and answers. If anybody has any questions for me, who do we have here today? Oh, hi, Colleen. If you want to work from home, you should still get a business license and secure your business name. If you're just working on friends and family and it's kind of word of mouth, obviously that's how you're going to start. But if you start getting high foot traffic and people are noticing, or if you're advertising and you've got brochures and business cards in certain businesses, or you're dropping them off at coffee shops and you're not registered and you don't have a business license, you could get into trouble. Perfect. That's awesome. That's the best way to start a business, is from home. You'll pass. Great. What's your business name? Oh, nice. That's great. Okay, what else do we have to do? Yeah, that's all you guys need to focus on, is just your project and finishing your questions. Okay, I'm going to set up for my demo now. I'm going to do some more gel nail art and review kind of what we went over last week. I kind of want to know what you guys have been up to, so if you have any questions about your gel nail art or different designs, let me know. I'll let you set up if you want to do some nail art with me. So we'll get started here in a few minutes. Okay. Yeah, it's good. Okay, so last week we did some basic designs. Hopefully you guys all practiced. I hope you've taken pictures of all your work so I can look at everyone's amazing nail art. I'm going to do a few more cool designs today that I want you to practice using gel polish. So we know how to build the gel nail. I'll show you how to embed. We did some embedding of decals the last time. It's pretty easy when you're dealing with gel, but there's also some really cool gel designs that you can do. And these gel designs, again, they're done with gel polish, so you can do them on top of a gel nail, an acrylic nail, or a natural nail. So I will get into a few of those. I have my little hook today, which is easy to work with. I just need my gel light. Paper towel. Make sure you're wearing your mask. You don't want to inhale any nail dust. Okay, this is my double-sided sticky tape. Okay, so what nail will we start with? I guess I can use one of these. This is one of our gel nails from last week. Just stick it on. So if I'm doing nail art on top of a gel nail, I want to rebuff so I can do my nail art on top. So we're going to rebuff this. Remove all the shine. Duster brush. Okay, so I want to show you a few really cool designs. I want to show you some marbling. So you can see that one. Some kind of really cool abstract ways to use gel. We did the basic flowers. We did some embedded. We worked with glitter. Here's kind of like an animal print one I can show you. which is kind of cool. This is another one I want to show you. And this one is kind of like that. We'll move those over. This one's kind of the same as the other one, but I'll bring this up closer so you guys can see. So you can see they're really fun, abstract designs. They're not your traditional 5-petal flower. Even though that is one of the most popular designs, you should master that. These are more abstract and fun. Marbling's really popular right now too. So I'll show you these designs and then you guys can practice them at home. I think you can see that pretty good now. Okay. Okay, so when you're dealing with abstract designs and designs that bleed or blend into one another, or colors that blend into one another, you always want to have a base coat. So you always want to start with that clear base. And we know that we always use a gel top coat as our base. So let's get that. I can use the dry armor, or I can use, what else do I have here? Let's bring our colors up and decide what color combinations we want to use. So we have lots of colors to pick from. We have our little palette. Okay, good. So let's go ahead and put a base coat down. So I've got that. What one am I going to do first? Let's try, we'll do green, a green blue. We'll do pink and black. Okay, so I'm going to put my colors on my palette first. I think I'll put these colors over here, the ones I'm using right here. So we're going to do a little drop of black on our palette. We're going to use black, we're going to use pink. We're going to use a light green. And kind of like a darker moss green. Okay, so we've got all our colors on our palette, ready to go. Now we need our dotting tool. With our dotting tool, we have a nice thin brush, nail art brush. I'm just going to clean my brush with some non-acetone. Again, never use acetone on your brushes, it'll wreck them. Okay. So we've already got our base color, so we can go right ahead. If this is the base color we want to use, this is just a really nice cover pink. So we can go ahead and put our clear on top. Not too thin, but not too thick that it's runny either. Okay. Now we're just going to spot on our different colors. So we're going to use our dotting tool, and let's do some green. And you're just going to put it on, and you're just going to let it spread out and expand. And you're gonna move it a little, and you're gonna let the colors just kind of blend into one another. If you need your color to blend a little bit more, you can put a dot of clear in the middle. But we're gonna let that sit for a bit. I also wanna add some pink. So let's add some pink, kind of in and around. Some splashes of pink. Okay, and we're just going to let those fall. Now I kind of want this to be a little more diluted, so if I do, I just put a dot of clear in the middle. I can put another dot of clear in the middle here. You can see how it kind of opens it up. See that? So all the colors are basically just kind of melting into one another. I'm going to add some more color here. And now we can add some black. Okay, and you want to just let your colors sit and kind of mesh together. If you wanted this to be, I'll bring this closer so you can see. Can they see? It's not showing up on my screen. There we go. So you can see all the different colors are kind of just melting into one another. Now you can leave it like this if you want kind of like a military look. It doesn't just have to be done with light and dark greens, or you can kind of mix the colors together with one of your nail art brushes. So all you have to do is, I think you can see here, we'll go down that way. Let's go through this way. Okay, and when you're happy with your marbling, we can put it in the light. Oh, there we go, we're up again. So I use this fine-tipped nail art brush, and I just dragged all my little lines through all my little dots of color and made a marbling effect. You guys can see the brush. Nice and soft. Okay, it's going to come out and you can see how all the colors kind of blend together. Now you can decide if you want to add some decals or some gems. I'm going to put another top coat on. And then I'm going to add some little decals. Okay, when you're happy with the placement of your decals, just cure it. You can do one more coat. So the decals that I put on top of my design are cured. Whenever you embed any kind of decal or gem, you always put another top coat on. Let's see. Cure. And this one's finished. So I hope you guys can see that clear. It's just a really cool abstract marbling design. You place your wet beads of pigment onto another wet surface, base surface, okay? But always make sure that you have your base color down first, and then you can put another color down, or your clear. Okay, so I want you to practice some marbling at home. Now we're going to do another type of marbling. That's more of an abstract. And this one we're going to mix up a lot more. Can you see that okay? Okay. We're going to buff our surface. We are going to put our base down. So let's do papaya. Actually, let's stick with the blacks and the greens. I might as well just use up what I have here. So I'll do a light green base. And then I'm going to do another light green base, but I'm not going to cure this one. You keep this one wet, and then you add your other colors on top, and that's how you get that really cool marbling. I like to marble directly on my nail, but I know there's lots of techniques where you can actually put it down on your palette or your tin foil, and you can pick it up in layers, and you can put it on that way. I can show you guys that way too. I find it a lot easier to do it this way. So we can start with our I'm going to put our little dots. They don't even have to be dots. You can do little squiggles. It's all going to get mixed together. It's fun to do one really cool marbling nail, like a feature nail. It's really rare that you would do all 10 fingers with marbling. One, it's time consuming and really expensive for the client. Now we're going to do our dark green. Okay, so all you have to do with your fine tipped nail art brush is blend everything together very gently. It's kind of cute the way it is. We'll cure that. So marbling's really cute. It's all about the colors you use together. You want to use complementary colors so the nail really stands out. Okay, well that's curing. I'll prep one more nail. I'll show you one more technique. So we did that one. I'll move this one and put that one up. We'll buff this one. So I've already got my base nail, my base color, I should say, duster brush. Now I'm going to put again my base color on, which let's do a nice light papaya color. It's kind of like a nude, taupey nude. Okay, so again, I'm not going to cure this. I'll put this on my little stand. And let's do our little leaves, our little abstract leaves. So let's do some yellow. Let's do yellow, pink, and black. Get all your different colors on the palette. And we're going to do 3. So our first one, we're going to do the yellow color. So 1, 2, 3. Then we're going to do another color inside. So let's do pink. Pink, pink, pink. And then we're going to do another color in the middle of that. So let's do black. And all you have to do, I'm going to use my really fine tipped dotting tool. All we're going to do is drag from the inside, from the middle, and we're going to drag out, and in the opposite end, drag up. Drag out, and drag up, drag out, and drag up. Okay. Oh, I just hit my design. Oh, I hate it when I do that. Sometimes you can salvage your design, sometimes you have to start over. Let's see what we can do here. That's still pretty cool. I think we can salvage it. Okay, so you guys can see My flower isn't perfect, but it's still a really cool abstract design. We'll take the other one out. And you can see this is our second marbling. Bring it up on the screen. Can you see it? I can't. The screen is, can you see it? Oh, there it is. Got you. Okay. So that's design number 2. We'll put that with this. So this is the one that I just did. I'll show you. I'll take it out. And then we'll top coat it. So you can see how you can do some really cool, you can make it kind of into a flower, you can make it more into a leaf with your 3 dots, and you put a dot of color within that dot, and then you pull on either end. But you always have to make sure that the base that you're working on is wet and not cured. Okay, we'll top coat this. Add a little glitter. And if you want to have a glittery top coat, you can actually just put the glitter on your palette, add your top coat, mix it together, and then you can have like a shimmer top coat as well. I'm just going to put this on my nail art brush. Bring that up. A little bit more at the top. And cure. Okay. We're going to do one more nail. We're going to do an animal print nail, and that's it for the day. So I'm going to pick my cover pink. Two-sided sticky tape. Take that out and you guys can see. Hopefully you can see that good. Perfect. Okay, our last nail. Okay, so we are going to buff this. Duster brush. Okay, so are we happy with this as our base color? Yes, we are. I think I'm actually going to, this is pretty much the exact same color. I'll use this as my wet base. Okay, so we have our wet base. Now we're going to do our animal print. I'm going to use my dotting tool, and we're going to start with some orangey yellow. And we're going to make our little spots. And you want to make them kind of different shapes. You don't want them all to be the same. Okay, so we're just doing that and curing. So this is the nail. This is the same kind of design we're trying to recreate. Now we are going to put our black around it. With my dotting tool. Okay, cure. You don't want your lines to be too crisp. You kind of want to have a bit of texture and movement when you're putting your black lines around your leopard print. And that's it for the day. So we will open it up for questions. I don't think we have too many people on today for live. So remember, we do keep track of attendance. If you watch this live at a later date, you need to let me or Anna know. And you need to fill out the question card. The question card has about 3 or 4 questions about today's lesson. So we'll just take this out. I'll show you guys, and then I'll bring all of the demo nails up so you can see them closer. And I want you guys practicing this throughout the next week, okay? Okay, so we have our black on. Now I want to just add a bit of sparkle, and we're good. I'm just kind of going on the outer edges of the black that I've marked. I'm going to define this line a little bit with my base color. Add a bit of contour. And we're good. Okay, so we did a few more seconds. Okay, let's take that off. Well, I'll let you guys see it first. Okay, that's it for today, ladies. We'll hold those designs up. I would love to see what you come up with. Animal print, marbling, abstract designs. And I will see you all at the Zoom tomorrow. Don't forget, you get attendance for your Zooms. Have a great day. Bye.